Hello, mighty companions. Thanks for joining me another Wednesday for a weekly wisdom video here on our Miracles Attraction community page. I'm Teresa McGallagher, and I created this community together with my friend and partner, Carly Hardy, who's off in sunny San Diego this week. But I'm here in Washington, D.C. on the road again, and it's dark and cold out, and Christmas is coming up. So I thought I would talk about the gifts that we are guaranteed by A Course in Miracles. The Course says that God's peace and joy are yours. So that's why I titled my talk, Have You Received Your Gifts? Because if you're not feeling peace and joy, there's a reason, and there's something that needs to be corrected with your perception, and that always has to do with forgiveness. A Course in Miracles says that in order to receive the peace and joy of God, we must forgive. But I want to talk about forgiveness specifically this week because I ran across a question that somebody asked about this recently who was confused about the meaning of forgiveness. And I think many of us who were raised in the United States or raised Christian are confused about what forgiveness really means. Many of us believe that forgiveness means to pardon, that we were hurt or offended in some way by someone or the actions of someone, and that we need to be the better person, rise above, overlook the offense, and say, I'm not going to be bothered by that. I forgive you. I pardon you. I'm going to let this go or let you off the hook. And that is not what forgiveness means as explained in A Course in Miracles by Jesus. Now, the original language of Jesus was Aramaic, and the word for forgiveness in Aramaic was shabak. And this word was mistranslated into the Greek and into the Hebrew, but the original meaning of shabak is to detach, to divorce, to separate one from these feelings of hurt, these feelings of upset, the belief that something happened. The Course says that nothing ever actually happened. And I know that seems really hard to believe when we are hurt, when we have feelings in our bodies about the way we've been treated by someone who wasn't kind to us. So it's not ever about the story of what happened. Yes, something happened. That was then. This is now. We're living in the now. We're living in the present. And this is where we have to do our work. So going back and retelling the story and focusing on the offense or the occurrence is not productive. What we need to do in order to truly forgive is to be in the present moment, present with ourselves, and give ourselves the love and the support that we feel that we did not receive from another. Because when we reinforce the story that someone has hurt us, we are actually hurting ourselves. Yes, someone hurt me once in the past, and that happened, but that's over. And when I continue to think about that, continue to feel upset about that, continue to tell the story about how that happened, I am simply reinforcing the story and hurting myself over and over and over again. And this is not what God wants for us. God wants for us to be happy, joyful, and at peace. Peace of mind is no small gift. It is the greatest gift that you can receive and that you can give yourself. We can all give this to ourselves if we are willing to love ourselves enough to stop doing that to ourselves. So every time I retell the story and feel bad about something that happened, it's like I'm hitting myself over the head again and again with a stick. Why would I do that to myself? That is not what God wants for me. God wants for me to be happy and joyful and to release divorce myself, detach myself from that negativity that I am holding on to because I don't believe that I deserve more. So the whole course is about letting you understand that you are chosen, you are highly favored, you are a child of God, and you deserve the best of everything. You deserve perfect happiness, perfect peace. You deserve those things, not because of anything that you did to earn them, but simply because of who you are. And you can allow yourself to feel those feelings. You can allow yourself to focus on joy instead of pain. You can detach yourself from negative beliefs and negative stories and stop repeating them and stop hurting yourself over and over again. And when you are able to do that and let those things go, the peace and the love and the joy come in naturally. They're already there. It's not like we have to go out there looking for them in the external world, or we have to do something to earn them. They are who we are. They are who you are. You are pure love, pure light, pure joy, pure peace. And the only thing that prevents us from knowing that and from feeling that is the stories and the beliefs that we hold on to instead of those things. And that's how we block ourselves. So I was thinking today about Albert Camus, French Algerian writer who was popular in the 1940s. You may be familiar with the book he wrote called The Stranger or The Plague. I've actually never read any of his books, but I'm familiar with a quote that he's famous for that says, "In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer. And that makes me happy," he said. And I thought it was really appropriate now that we are in the midst of winter and it's dark out, it's cold out, and it's very easy to get sucked into a kind of a depressed state of mind if we don't guard our thoughts and see what's going on in there. And he said that in the very depths of winter, he realized that within him there lay an invincible summer, invincible. And that is what is inside all of us. That is that peace and that joy and that love that I am talking about. That invincible summer is always there for us if we are willing to allow ourselves to access it by releasing the things that make us feel bad. So I've been on a journey since I went to my retreat for A Course in Miracles in Mexico, where I realized that this year I've spent a lot of time doing things that I don't really enjoy. I've been working on projects that are annoying or that feel like hard work or that are not fun or that I didn't look forward to. And I had to ask myself while I was at this silent retreat, why have I been doing that? Why do I allow myself to spend time with people I don't enjoy and to spend time and energy on activities that don't bring me joy? No one's forcing me to do that. I'm doing it to myself. And A Course in Miracles says that the secret of salvation is but this, that we are doing this to ourselves. We don't need to be saved. We need to save ourselves. And the way that we can save ourselves is simply by having the awareness of what feels good and what doesn't feel good, and then allowing ourselves to choose what feels good and not choose what doesn't feel good. But unfortunately, many of us have had this concept drummed into us that sacrifice is noble, hard work is noble, giving up things for other people is noble. And if that brings you joy, if giving up your whatever for somebody else brings you joy, then go for it. I'm all for that. But if you are doing it out of a sense of obligation, a sense of duty, if there is a heaviness around it and it does not bring you joy, then ask yourself why. you continue to stay in that pattern, because God wants you to have joy. That's what we're here for. That's our purpose. And Albert Camus said that life has no purpose and that life has no meaning. And one of the very first lessons of A Course in Miracles says, the first lesson says, these things that I see have no meaning. This chair has no meaning. These walls have no meaning. This body has no meaning. I have given everything I see all the meaning that it has for me. And I can choose to make it mean something else. I don't have to get stuck in this paradigm of I'm a victim, people are hurting me, people are against me, the world is a scary place, bad things are happening. Why would I repeat those thoughts? The only reason would be to make me feel bad and to scare me. They serve no purpose. So I can choose happy thoughts. I can choose pleasant thoughts. I can choose to believe that the world is a safe and caring place filled with lovely people like you people out there, and that everything is always working out for me and the universe has my back. So I offer these gifts to you. I want you to know that Carly and I are here for you to support you in whatever way we can on your spiritual path. We're so happy that you're part of our community, and we want you to have a lovely December, lovely holiday time, and we wish you nothing but peace and joy. Thanks so much for joining me for this Facebook Live. I'm Teresa McGallagher, and I love you. Take care.